So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain. Well, do you think you can tell? Do you think you can really tell heaven from hell? What do you think? Can you see the hell in this realm? There's a lot of beings, we'll call them, walking around on two legs. They can't see the evil. They can't see the hell. They can't see the pain and suffering of others. They think this place is heaven. They only see the good. They don't even know where the good comes from. They don't know where the food comes from. They don't know how other human beings get fed and clothed, where the clothing comes from, the shelter, how the houses and apartments get built. They don't know where the goodness comes from. They just assume, well, it must come from God. It must come from some good, loving God. Well, if this place was created by a good, loving God, there'd be an abundance of goodness everywhere that you'd be able to trace back to God. I don't think God feeds anyone because there's millions of starving children. Millions of starving children in this realm. There's a lot of children without shoes and proper clothing and no shelter. God doesn't care if you starve. Your God doesn't care if you don't have a home. Your God doesn't care if you don't have any shoes or clothing. Your God doesn't care if you're sick or born with a disease or deformed. Your God doesn't care at all. And where's my evidence? The realm itself. The people suffering. Look beyond your little bubble and you'll see it. But a lot of these idiots on YouTube are way too afraid to do that. They're too cowardly. They'd rather attack me. They can't see past their mirror. All they do is stare in a mirror at themselves. They're narcissistic. They're very shallow. They're living in a bubble. They have a tiny view. They can't see past themselves at all. And they look in the mirror and say, I'm made in the image of God. Your God is evil. Others in this realm will swear that there's a mixture. Matt McKinley says this often. Humpty Dumpty is what I call him. Movies Matty. He says this place is a mixture of heaven and hell. It's not just hell, he says. It's not just hell. These people that say it's just hell, they're wrong. There's good things. I see a little flower blooming. Does that take away hundreds of millions of blind people? Does it even out? Does it balance out? If it was just a mixture or a balance of heaven and hell, do you think it's 50-50? Do you think the teeter-totter is balanced? The scales are balanced? Because I don't think so. This image here is an ice castle. It's supposed to be an icy heaven. Okay? Is there ice in this realm? Sure. Is there fire? Yeah. There's both. There's hot and cold. It's a realm of duality. But in terms of pain and suffering, there's far more pain and suffering than goodness and pleasure and joy. Joy is fleeting. Happiness is fleeting. Pleasure is fleeting. Like an orgasm for a man could be seconds. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds, maybe a minute. For some women, it's several minutes or a few minutes or even 5 minutes. Or if she's really lucky, it might be closer to 10 minutes. She can feel an orgasm. But you know what? You burn your hand or finger on a hot stove. That pain is going to last a lot more than a few seconds or a few minutes. It can last for hours or days or weeks. If it's burnt bad enough, it could last the rest of your life. You could be in pain. This is God is the devil. God is the devil. The devil. So why would God create a devil? Some of these Christians will say, well, God just allows the devil. Well, who created the devil? That's why I made the video of, it's him, it's that guy, it's that guy. He's the devil, he's the devil. That's why I made that video. He's the fall guy. Devil's the scapegoat for God. God's hiding behind the devil saying, I don't do anything wrong. It's that guy over there. Over there. He's the bad guy. I'm the nice guy. He's the bad guy. The devil gets blamed for everything. He's the fall guy. He's the scapegoat. He's the patsy. He's the guy that God always points to. And Christians point to. They fall for it. They can't see through it. They just can't see through it because it's written in the Bible. They say, look, it says so in the Bible. Well, the Bible's a book, and it's published by who? Who controls all the publishing companies on earth? Who runs publishing? Who runs all media on earth? You think it's good people? Then you're very naive and very ignorant and very gullible. The big families, the big billionaire families, the big Illuminati Freemasonic families, the demon families run publishing on this earth, including the Bible. Or it would never be printed and put in your hands ever. You'd never see a copy if they didn't want you to have a copy. That's how it works. It's a control mechanism. Why do you think it's in every Freemasonic lodge and temple on earth? Because they want their low-level brothers and sister Masons to have that book and to be followers so that they can use them as instruments and tools. Look at this, looking in the mirror, and you see Jesus. Jesus! Look at the darkness of this image. And yes, these are all AI images that I put in prompts to come up with this stuff. And I didn't just come up with an image or two and say good enough. I spent a lot of time, though, trying to create some images that would be meaningful and appropriate, relevant to this topic. Heaven and hell. Are there some good things in this realm? Yes, absolutely. Where do they come from? From us. Whoa, dude, some people, especially the brainwashed Bible dupes, religious. Whoa, from us? That sounds arrogant and narcissistic. No, it sounds accurate and true. It's accurate and true. This is a realm of duality. But who brings in the love here? Where's the love shown from God? You never see it. Do you see love from beings? Yes, you do. I do. I give love, and I've experienced love given to me from others. Love, care, kindness, friendship, trust, loyalty, generosity, caring, helping. I've experienced that. Friendship, companionship, beauty. And I can all trace it back. I can trace all of that back to spirits like me. Beings that have a spirit similar to mine, whether they're the exact same species of spirit as mine or not. They're close enough where we can relate and be loyal and love and care for each other and be kind and helpful and stand together and stand against evil. All of that can be traced to people or to beings, spirits in meat suits here, not to a god. I've yet to see anybody trace goodness and all these things back to a caring, loving God at all. Because if you look at the reality of this realm, it doesn't care if children are freezing or starving or covered in flies and digging through trash to eat every day. It doesn't care. It designed this realm that way. There's no care shown from a God, no love, yet you see it from beings like me and you. If you're listening to this video and you're not a demon, if you're not on Team Evil. There are lurkers from Team Evil that do watch my videos because they're here just to steal, to disrupt, to mock, to claim to be Christians, but to mock the truth, to attack, to smear, to slander. That's all they can do, to ridicule. They're lazy-minded, they're weak, they're cowardly, they're liars, they're immature, they're functioning at a very low level. They can't look at this realm with honest eyes, spiritual eyes, and see what it is. It is a realm of duality, for sure. It is ones and zeros, darkness and light. It is both here, but it's out of balance completely. Do I suspect that it was ever in balance? I don't know. I tend to think that it's always been this way until it's proven otherwise to me. And no one's been able to do that in human history. We'll call it human history. Whatever's walking the earth. And I suspect, again, and I've made a video on this, that there are species of spirits here. We're not all the same inside. Does it matter if we're walking on two legs and have 2 legs, 2 arms, hands, feet, things in common, mouths, noses, eyes, ears. It's what's on the inside that's vastly different, more different than on the outside. And there is black and white and yellow and red and brown races here, right? I think there's way more species of spirits than human races and ethnicities and cultures and languages, maybe even languages. And there's hundreds of languages on this earth that have been spoken, documented. I don't know the exact number, and I suspect that no one else does either, even the so-called experts. Because there's dead languages, there's dying languages, there's languages that are... It's hard to track down, just like it's hard to say what the number of the population worldwide is right now. I don't know. It could be 1 billion, and they could say it's 8 billion. You wouldn't know, and you wouldn't be able to prove it, if you're honest. But is this place a mixture of good and evil, darkness and light? Yes. Yes, it is. Is it ruled by evil, though? Yes. Yes, it is. Is it slanted, weighted, you might say, towards evil here? Absolutely. Absolutely. Good is not in control, and there isn't nearly as many good beings here as dark, evil entities. It's not even close. We're outnumbered by if not by the thousands, then by the millions. That's what it looks like. That's what I observe. That's what the evidence shows me in this place. And also by zombies that don't give a fuck about evil. They might not be full on evil, but they kind of acquiesce and support it by doing nothing about it, shrugging their shoulders, just saying, well, what can I do about it? They don't really care. They don't care for the truth. They don't care for evil. This image is showing angels rolling the dice. I wanted to show God rolling the dice, or so-called quote-unquote God, where it's a roll of the dice what lifetime you're going to get here if you get recycled, reincarnated. And your memory of your past life is gone. All the ones that you knew and loved or disliked, your enemies, your loved ones, your achievements, your struggles, what you learned, wisdom you gathered, your knowledge, truth, conspiracies you looked into, it's all gone. It's a roll of the dice. You could be a child in a wheelchair the next lifetime. That could be you, your next lifetime here, in this heaven and hell. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain. Do you think you can tell? Do you really think you can tell? Look at the darkness here of this castle in a hell realm. And it almost looks like heaven breaking through the clouds, or what people perceive to be heaven or heavenly, right? We're given these motifs since we're young, that heaven is up in the clouds or beyond the clouds, maybe up in the clouds or above the clouds, that it's this airy place. But also with NDEs, near-death experiences, people talk about these great buildings, the Hall of Amente, and these great big castles and Roman columns or Greek columns and these heavy marble buildings floating on the clouds. It seems unreal because it is unreal. It's a matrix. It's a matrix. All right? So when people pass away, they're in the astral realm. When people go out of body like Darius J. Wright or Lion Sword, aka Green Wizard, Little D, the guy with the little D, he talks about it now recently. They're still within this matrix, but they assume they're free because they're stupid. And they're misleading people in dangerous, dangerous ways. Your goal should be, if you want freedom, to get free from this whole matrix, not just settle for, oh, it's different in the astral realm. Well, the astral realm is still part of this matrix. It's just a different level, maybe a different frequency. You might be one level up from this one, where we might be near the bottom, and it's one little level up. There might be 100 other levels above that, convincing people that you're free, but you're still a slave within this matrix. My goal, I'll say my personal goal is, I will settle for nothing less, to get out, completely free from this matrix, and have real, true freedom. real, true freedom, and settle for nothing less. Never, ever settle for slavery. Never, ever settle for slavery. Anywhere, here, beyond here, anywhere, never, ever settle for slavery. Never. And most in this realm do settle for slavery. They think this is as good as it gets. They assume this is everything. They assume that this is it. That after this, it doesn't get any better. Or after this, the religious believe they go straight to heaven, or God judges them, or they get a life review, and all this bullshit. Jumping through hoops, being judged by entities. What gives them the right to judge you? What gives these alien entities, archons, demons, whatever you want to call them? I don't give a shit what name you give them. Doesn't matter to me. It's their behavior that matters, what they are. And they're liars and deceivers. And they always send people back here that are pleading to stay there, to never come back here. They don't want to come back. And they convince them to come back. This represents heaven and hell, but I put in the DNA double helix, which is kind of a matrix concept. It's unreal. It's cartoonish as well. It's an artist rendition, not just this AI version. But the ones that they give you, the quote scientists, it's all fake. It's fake. So is the center of the earth that they show you. So is the satellites that they show you, and the fake planets, the fake galaxies, the fake nebula. They show you fake CGI. And people gobble it up. They can't get enough. They show you fake atoms. Atoms, DNA, strands, a double helix. It's all fucking cartoons and textbooks. It's all artist renditions. It's done on computers. That's what it is. Show me with an electron microscope that that's what it really looks like. Look at this image here. Skull with heavenly wings on one side, light on one side, dark and fiery, dark, black and red, almost grays and reds, flames on the other side. Satanic colors are black and red. Satanists love the black and red combo. And it is a powerful combo, because red is desire and hunger and passion, and it hits people deeply. It's often why they use it in fast food logos and with certain soft drinks like Coca-Cola, for example. But McDonald's is aware of it, for example, and KFC. It stands out. That's why a red sports car is hot as well. Hunger, not just for food, but hunger, even spiritual hunger. Hunger for love, hunger for attraction. Red is a very powerful color in this realm. Red has a frequency. Cherry red has a frequency. Here's back to a icy type of angelic, icy heaven, you might say. It's kind of strange in a way, but the reflection on the frozen pond there. Frosty. Anyway, I just wanted to give some contrast to the flames. Icy versus hot. This is indeed a realm of duality. That can't be denied. It's undeniable. All you have to do is look around everywhere, and it's that way here. With everything. Up and down. Light and dark. Hot and cold. Love and hate. Tall and short. Thin and fat. Close and far. 1 and 0. Happiness, anger. Did I say light and dark, night and day? It goes on and on and on. Tropical weather versus frozen tundras. Here's enlightenment. Buddhist is what it came up with. It looks like maybe a lotus flower, something that she's holding. I didn't type in Buddhism or Buddhist. It just came up with that when I typed in enlightenment. Some people are patient. Some people are pushy. There's a lot of contrast. It's a realm of duality. Everything has duality here. So this is kind of a Jesus type of figure with angel wings, but with horns and an angry look on his face and flames and then demons above. It's interesting. This is heaven and hell combined into one being, in a sense. Or the archetypes of a devil and a Jesus in one being. You know what? You don't need a savior. Looking to have a savior or some being save you is not just limiting you. It destroys you in the end. It grounds you here. It anchors you here. It traps you here. It's the last thing you should want to do. You should say to yourself and learn this deeply spiritually. You don't need a savior. You are your own sovereign, spiritual, magical, eternal being. Magical, eternal being. Magical, eternal being. Here's another icy heaven. These are kind of cool. We can create realms like this when we're not limited by this sewer matrix, this hell realm, this place of limitation, this place designed to limit us and to cause us to suffer and to witness suffering and grief. We are powerful beings, but we have a governor on our brain, our body, and our spirit, I believe, is contained within this place. And it pops out of us when we leave our body. When the body dies, the meat suit is mortal. The meat suit won't live forever like Extra Large and others are starting to claim. We can witness people dying and bodies rotting, and once it's rigor mortis sets in, it's done. The spirit is gone. The body's lifeless. It's our spirit that animates and gives life to the body. It's our spirit. It's not the meat suit that does that. It's us. It's us. There's a huge difference. Here's another mirror image. Now imagine looking in the mirror and you're not seeing your face, you're seeing your back. Isn't that interesting? If you notice, the darkness, the light at the top, the light through the window, but also looking into a mirror and seeing the opposite of what you expect. You expect to see a frontal, let's say full frontal nude version, naked. And you see the back of your head and your back and shoulder blades. Here's an interesting image. Look at it. Just look at it. Heaven and hell. Good and evil. This place is very imbalanced. It's a rigged reality. It's not fair. It's far from fair. There's no justice here. It's not just a little bit of unfairness here, a little bit of unfairness there. It's completely unfair, unjust, corrupted, designed to cause suffering, designed to be unjust, designed to be evil. This place is designed to be evil. Look at this image here. Just think that we could create places even cooler that are real, not AI creations, but real places, real realms. Cooler than this. I don't just mean icy cool. I mean magnificent, beautiful, stunning, surreal, magical places. Magnificent and glorious. The glory of the architecture. And that's me riffing on John Levi's. He used to say that for years. The glorious architecture. That's where that came from. His videos, me doing parody videos and calling them John Levi's. Glorious, just glorious. So Team Evil doesn't realize that. They're too lazy and too dumb to look into, to do a little bit of modicum of research and figure out what's going on. And look at this image here. Interesting, isn't it? There's a lot of interesting things in this realm. There's a lot of interesting things that we can think of. And there's different ways of looking at this place. But I want to ask the people, where's all the abundance of goodness if it comes from God? Where is it? You should be able to show me mountain ranges full of it, an abundance. You should be able to show me Mount Everest after Mount Everest, piles and heaps and piles of goodness if your God is good. Also, if this place is just a balance of heaven and hell, show me all the great things. Because most people work their asses off in this lifetime for nothing. For absolutely nothing. Most people work their lifetime away, working away the dull days. Their lifetime, time is currency, just fritters away as the Pink Floyd song, Time goes. And there are magic spells cast in this realm, which is mentioned in the song lyrics at the end of that song. The song Time by Pink Floyd. Softly spoken spells at the very end. They often talk about bells tolling. Just like in the AC/DC Hell's Bells song. The bell has to do with Freemasonry as Satanism, and I think bell also equals 33 if I'm not mistaken in numerology. I'd have to check on that. So I'm not checking on it while I'm making this video. I'm recording this video with the slideshow, so I'm not going to pause it to check on that, but it is a big part of Freemasonry, the bell and Hell's Bells. Bells tolling with churches, it all ties together. The church bells, Freemasonic bells, Hell's Bells, it's all connected. It's all connected. Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, or the one that is at least credited with that in the mainstream history. Here's an image, of course, of an angel, huge wings. Here's some angels playing with dice. They might even be naughty angels with what they're wearing their tops, but hey, AI came up with this. You can't blame me, people. AI came up with this. I don't even think I think I might have typed a prompt something like God playing with dice with angels or something, and it just focused on these sexy, voluptuous angels. AI's the naughty one. AI wanted the dice with the angels like this. There you go. AI has boobs and sex on its mind, I guess. Apparently. Do you think this is heaven? How could there be one heaven for everyone? People have different tastes, different views. I hate some people's tastes in music, like London, for example. I wouldn't want to listen to his fucking music for a lifetime. His heaven would not be heaven for me. It would be hell for me. Look at this image here. Skulls. It's interesting, isn't it? And the stairway to heaven. But there's hell on the right with the flames. Look at this. It's fascinating, isn't it? I think so. I just really wanted to show the duality in images. Because people talk about it a lot about in this realm, saying it's a realm of duality. They try to justify it that way. Well, it's not a balanced realm, is it? There's way more people suffering and starving in this realm than doing well and happy, living lives of pleasure and leisure and happiness and contentment and joy and enlightenment. There's a lot of miserable people struggling and suffering every fucking day in this place. You're in a hell realm. The little bits of beauty and joy here and there don't change it. They just certainly doesn't fool me. It might fool some of these morons on other YouTube channels that have channels that do mental gymnastics to avoid facing the truth. Here's another ice castle in heaven, but it doesn't really look heavenly. It just looks like a frozen castle or a castle made out of ice blocks. But it's still kind of interesting, so that's why I put that in there, to cool things down a little bit in case things get too heated. If you know what I'm saying. I don't want things to get too heated. If you get what I mean. You feel me on that, people? Do you smell what I'm cooking? Cooking. I'm cooking for my audience. I'm cooking for my audience. Cooking. Here's a demonic image here. Look at this. Look at this sick creature. You know, some of us in this realm can see demons. I've shown you some on YouTube. I've shown you some that look demonic. And you know what the blind say? Oh, that must be CGI. Did you edit that? They always assume that something has been done to change it, to make it into that. They just can't fathom that it was right in front of their eyes on live streams and they didn't notice. And I noticed. And then I screenshot it and show them. And I say, no, that's just a screenshot, untouched, unedited from their original video right on their channel. You can go watch it yourself. You don't have to trust me. There's always people trying to jump to the conclusion. They're not skeptical. They're just accusatory. Oh, did you change that? Did you edit that? No, go watch the original version. I didn't touch it at all. You just can't fathom that you are surrounded by demons. And a lot of you are stuck. So a lot of people that come to my channel, they're stuck. It's not all of you. Some of the regulars get it. My moderators get it. My harem gets it. They can see when I show demons, they don't just resist and fight and say, Stephen must have edited that. He must have done something shady. They don't do that, which is great. I'm grateful that I have some people in my audience that don't jump to those false conclusions and accuse me wrongfully. But there are a lot in this realm that do that. They can't fathom that there's demons right around them. There's demons running YouTube channels that they watch religiously. They're fans of. They're followers of. They watch demons on YouTube, and they don't like that. They don't like when I point it out. They like doing it, but they don't like when I point out, hey, you're watching demons. You're following demons. They don't like to hear it. Here's another angel, ice angel, in an ice city, icy heaven. And yeah, it's kind of cartoonish. I agree. It's, if people are thinking that, it's kind of cartoonish. It's a little bit Disney. It is. It's a little bit Disney. Some of these AI, like this one in particular. But at the same time, it's kind of innocent in a way. It's kind of cool. I don't just mean because of the ice. It's kind of chill. It's kind of peaceful. But AI always gives me a feeling that it's not real, it's artificial. And it is. But the way that they do it, again, I'll have to explain it in a separate video. I have so many videos that I'm working on. So the people that get pushy saying, why don't you make the video in AI? Well, you really don't deserve it if you're just pushing me that way. I'm not a jukebox that you can put quarters into and push a button and say, play this song for me. I don't work for you. I don't work for anyone. I'm my own being. I don't have a boss. I don't have a lord or a master or authorities. I am my own being. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Have I absolutely promised? I might never make the AI video if enough people keep saying about it. I might never make it and explain it and go to my fucking grave. And people can wonder about it and keep believing in what they're shown. That's fine by me. It really is. I've done a lot to help people, and there's a lot of ungrateful, pushy, entitled pieces of shit on YouTube. There just are. I owe them nothing. I don't owe anyone anything in this realm in terms of money, in terms of my time, my energy, my thoughts, my ideas, my insights, my visions, my understanding of this realm, my knowledge. I don't owe you anything. I don't know why some people think that I do. I don't. I've given away a lot to try to help some of you out of here for free. I haven't charged you anything in terms of money or in any other way, not just money. I haven't asked for anything. I haven't said, well, I'm not asking for money, but do this for me. No, I haven't done that. I've done this freely. And there's a lot of fucking entitled, pushy demons that come around. They belong here. They haven't even learned gratitude and patience and how to treat others. They haven't learned that. They just come across as pushy demons, the same as the ones on Team Evil, so fuck them. Here's another staircase up a hill. And that motif is used in religion, of course. Stairway to Heaven, Jacob's Ladder, the ladders in Freemasonry that they use in their iconography. Here's an enlightenment image, another enlightenment, and it seems Buddhist to me. I didn't put anything in the prompt to do with Buddhism, but AI just associated enlightenment with Buddhism, which is kind of stereotypical and odd at the same time. It's weird, but that's the way it goes. There's a lot of human beings that do that. Oh, enlightened. Are you a Buddhist? They're just strange that way. They really are. Consciousness has no religion. It's not tied to Buddhism or Hinduism or Christianity or Islam or Sufis, sect of Islam. It's not tied to these things. It's another icy heaven or icy city. The big dome, snow and ice. I wonder, do you love to daydream the way that I do? Do you love daydreaming? Do you love to daydream the way that I do? Do you love to use your imagination? Do you value your imagination like it's sacred, powerful and sacred, spiritual? Do you know the importance and power of imagination? I hope so. It might help you in this realm and beyond this realm. I'm trying to cover a lot in this video. Here's another duality, heaven and hell image. This one turned out rather cool just because of the way it's juxtaposed and the clouds and the river running through it and all that's going on here. The levels to it, the layers to it. It's pretty interesting. I'm glad that I can use images or just make images with AI this way. It saves me a lot of time making these videos, and it's something different. I like to do different things, so something I didn't do at the beginning of my channel. I wasn't using AI background images this way. So it's something different. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that this has opened your eyes. We're in a rigged reality. This is a rigged matrix, a sewer matrix, a hell realm. This is a layer of a greater, larger, we'll say, matrix. You're on one level. You're not in the whole. This isn't all of it. This is part of it. The astral realm's another part. But there's more hell where we are than heaven. The hell here far, far outweighs the heaven. And you can observe this yourself if you look at reality with honest spiritual eyes. And don't do the mental gymnastics and the quick justifications. And somebody says, well, this is hell. And they say, well, there's ice cream. I'm married. I have a beautiful wife and all this stuff. They don't look very far deeply. They can't see beyond themselves. They don't care about others. They don't look at all this, the realm the big picture, the totality of it, and the suffering here, the deformities, the genetic disorders, diseases, the 10,000 diseases, the acts of God, earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, firestorms, blizzards, great floods, droughts, on and on and on and on and on, designed to harm you. Nature, life eating life every second of every day. You're in a hell realm. There's far more hell, disease, cruelty, pain, suffering in this realm than there is beauty, heaven, goodness, moments of joy, pleasure, orgasms. Hell far outweighs it, no matter even if you have a great life compared to others. If your life is easy compared to others. There's people suffering in this realm far more than I am, way more, almost to an incomprehensible level. The degree that their suffering is more than mine. Every day they're in chronic pain. Every day they're suffering. Every day they're trapped in a wheelchair, in a body. They're suffering in their body. Okay, and I want to hammer that home because my life isn't that bad. My life is not horrible. I'm not suffering every day, but I see the suffering of others in this realm, and I acknowledge it. I don't turn away and pretend it isn't there. I don't go into denial mode, which is weak, which is what a lot on YouTube do. They're weak. They deny it, and they're afraid to look at the truth. They're cowardly. They're weak and cowardly and dishonest and ignorant, willfully ignorant. They're looking away. They're turning their head away. When somebody says there's a storm coming, it's going to cause destruction, they look the other way. Whereas real men and real strong women would look towards it and say, yes, there is a storm coming. We better do something about this. We better face it. We better face the truth rather than look away and pretend that this isn't happening. That's real strength. That's real courage. That's being a real, honest, spiritual being, facing where we are. If you don't face where you are, you're not getting out. You got to take that step. That's one big step. A lot of people can't even take that step in this realm. The hell here outweighs any quote-unquote heaven or anything good here. And if it is good, it came from us. We brought it into this realm. And I've proven that in my videos as well on my channel. Where is the goodness from your God? Show me the abundance of goodness. In the design, it's designed to create suffering. It makes no sense. If it was a God of love and goodness, you'd see goodness everywhere you turn in this realm. But you don't. You don't. God doesn't care if you starve. God doesn't care if you have no clothing and have no shoes and have no home. And you're living outdoors, scrounging for food on the street or through a pile of garbage at a dump. And children are digging for scraps of food to eat because they're starving. That's your God. Doesn't care if you're blind. Doesn't care if you're in a wheelchair. Doesn't care if you're paralyzed. Doesn't care if you're in chronic pain every single day. It doesn't care. Their God doesn't give a shit. So no, goodness does not come from your God. All right? Do you understand? Think about it. There's the proof. The realm is the proof. The realm itself. That's all you have to do is look at that. If you want evidence, look at the realm. The realm is the evidence that this is a hell realm and that goodness does not come from a so-called quote-unquote God or loving God. Or there'd be an abundance of goodness everywhere you turn here, and there isn't. That's the proof. The realm itself proves it. So when they say, Stephen, prove it, look at the realm. The realm proves it. You don't have to look to me to prove it. The realm itself proves it. I'm showing you the realm and getting you to open and look at your eyes. Look at the realm using your own eyes is what I meant to say. Open your eyes and look at the realm yourself on your own. Prove it to yourself by looking at the realm. That's what I want you to do. That's when you'll really understand it, because you say, I didn't just believe Stephen. I did what he advised. I said, I'm going to look at the realm. And then when you look at the realm, you'll say, yeah, that is true. Yeah, it is. It is a hell realm. It is a sewer matrix. It is. It is a realm of suffering designed to create suffering and disease. It absolutely is. Where's the proof? The realm itself proves it. Where's my proof? The realm. Look at the realm. There's my evidence right there. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I wanted to show it to you and explain, because there are going to be more and more people on YouTube that will try to deceive you. They will try to dupe you into believing this realm is a balance of heaven and hell, good and evil. It's just ones and zeros. The New Agers and the movies Matt Humpty Dumpty, a.k.a. Quantum of Con Man, Matt McKinley of the McKinley bloodline, presidential bloodline, will try to convince you it's just this realm's just a mixture of heaven and hell, he says. It's not just a hell realm, he says. He hates that. That really disturbs him because it's true. And he doesn't want people to find my channel. That's another part of it. He's afraid that people will find my channel and they'll go, oh, shit, I thought I was awake on his channel. Now I'm really seeing that Matt McKinley had me gate kept in a little animal farm, penned up in a little sheep pen. And that's what he's running over there on his channel. That's what a lot of channels are doing on YouTube. And I'm trying to help you break free. But you have to choose freedom. I can't free anybody in this realm at all. You have to choose it. I can't make you want to be free. You have to choose freedom. You have to choose to deprogram yourself from the shit and drop the programming. You have to choose to leave those animal farms and pens. You have to choose to be open-minded. You have to choose to say, I want to know even if it hurts. I want to know the truth about this realm, this goddamn matrix, even if it hurts, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it isn't the way that I want it to be. Even if it's the fucking opposite of the way I wish this place was, I want to know the truth of what this place is. You have to be strong to choose freedom. You have to be more like I am. If it's dark, if it's evil, if it hurts, I'm going to go right and look into that. Because I want the truth at any cost. And I want freedom at any cost. I want something that people give lip service to in this realm and talk about freedom, and they're not free at all. They don't know what the fuck freedom is. I want freedom, not just physical, not just with, oh, I have enough money to live the rest of my life. That's not freedom. That's just financial shit in a hell realm. I want real freedom. Real, true, everlasting, authentic, spiritual freedom, eternal freedom. I don't want slavery. I stand against slavery and I stand against evil. And you're not going to hear many on YouTube speaking the way that I do, if anyone ever at all, in this fucking crooked place full of shills and losers and liars and team evil fucking two-faced demons that a lot of you have followed for years. You followed their channels for years. So I don't just have to spread the word of truth. I'm trying to deprogram you to get you to see that you're surrounded by goddamn demons. They don't give a fuck if you stay here forever. They don't care. So long as they make their short-term money, get their short-term power out of YouTube and attention and fans and all the material shit that they can, the superficial shit. That's what they want. They're soaking it up. I don't care if I'm hated. Do you notice that yet? Do you notice I don't care if dozens of channels hate me? If hundreds of their followers on their channels hate me? So be it. If I'm speaking the truth, that's what matters to me. Not whether I'm liked or disliked or hated or whatever these demons are doing. Bring it on. If I walk out of this realm as the most hated and then loved by dozens that truly understand, mission accomplished then. I've done what I set out to do and achieved what I wanted. I don't give a fuck if demons hate me. If true spirits love me and trust me and will work with me to end this place, then I absolutely have done what I want to do then. Absolutely. If we can work together to fucking end this place, beautiful. I don't care if I'm hated by millions of demons. Who gives a fuck? They're demons. Demons will be demons. Evil will be evil. That's what evil does. I'm not going to change them. Neither are you. No one is. I'm aware of that. I'm not going to change evil into good. It can't be done. If I'm hated by millions of evil demons and loved by dozens of true spirits or 100 true spirits, beautiful. I love it. I love it. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. Some of my passion spilled out, poured out during this, shot out of me, you might say, spurted forth from me. I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a sexual way, people. Get your minds out of the gutter. Stop being so naughty. I don't mean that in a sexual way. I just mean that in the way that it's a glorious mindgasm, spiritgasm for the beautifully mad ones who listen to my channel. And I wish you the best. I hope you have a beautiful day or a beautiful night. Thank you very much for watching. I almost said this is El Diablo Radio International, and it isn't. This is a video in my Esoterica series. But I record so much that, anyway, that's a topic for another day. I'm happy to share with good spirits, and when I make these long format videos in the Esoterica series, the demons usually just watch live streams. They don't watch my videos, so the knowledge here will most likely only be heard by good spirits that really want to seek it, which is great. It's not meant for demons. I don't want demons to hear this. I don't want them to hear my message. Fuck them. They could stay here and rot forever. Anyway, take care, everyone. Mad love to you, and thank you for listening. I'm proud of you for getting this far in terms of spirit and knowledge and seeking to know the truth and to understand this hell realm matrix. I'm proud of you for getting this far and thinking this deeply. And I'm not kidding about that. And I'm even prouder of the ones that never were told that they were proud, never encouraged in their life and their childhood by parents or family. I'm even prouder of you for getting this far. I'm even prouder of you. And I mean that. Sincerely, I mean that. I'm really proud of you for getting this far. Thanks for watching. Mad love to you. Take care.
The end is near. The end is near. You fools. You fools.